Buddy Kofoid cleans up at Huset's. Bill Balog shows you can do a lot with a little. We didn't get a big high limit versus Outlaws showdown. It looks like Chris Madden and GR Smith have split, and a whole lot more from a busy dirt racing weekend. Let's go. It's Sunday, June 22nd. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. If you need to do an oil change this summer on your car, maybe grab a set of brake pads, maybe a new battery or some cleaning products, let me help you out. Head over to DIRTRACKR.com/advance and use code GEARUP at checkout to get 15% off any order or 20% off an order of $100 or more with Advance Auto Parts. You can order online and they will ship your goodies right to your house. That's code GEARUP at checkout at DIRTRACKR.com/advance to save some money this summer with Advance Auto Parts. I'll also leave the link in the video description below. $424,355. That's the amount of money that Buddy Kofoid won in 7 races across 11 days going back to June 10th. That included the high limit win at Eagle, plus both the big money shows at Huset's for the Hustle and the High Bank Nationals. Kofoid and crew chief Dylan Buswell have Huset's figured out. And if it wasn't for a busted engine in 2023, we'd be talking about this duo taking down the big money there 3 straight years. The big stretch has vaulted Kofoid to the top of the earnings list by a wide margin, and the amount he has right now would have put him 4th overall for the entire season in 2024. He's already made more than $100,000 more than he made in 2024 as well. I think a lot of people thought this was going to be a big season for Kofoid, and maybe even one where he could win the Outlaw Championship. David Gravel's consistency has undone that hope, barring some sort of epic collapse. But in the meantime, that doesn't mean that the Roth 83 cannot have a monster season. It does seem fitting that the track where Kofoid won his first Outlaw race is one where he also has now got his biggest victories. He's won in California, he's won in the South, he's won in Central PA, he's won in the Midwest. As we continue into this most lucrative part of the sprint car season, I wonder if now, if Kofoid can level up yet again and go win at Eldora or go win at Knoxville. That would really kind of move him up into that next echelon and really add to his sprint car resume. The other racer who deserves a bunch of attention for his drives this weekend is Bill Balog. 7th, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, and he's dragging nearly $100,000 himself out of Huset's for his 4 days worth of work. At a time where it seems as though only the big teams can win, Balog has to be giving everybody else down through the field some hope. He's talked about their engines and their lack of resources, but those things certainly didn't slow him down this weekend. And if things go just a touch differently, it wasn't outside the realm of possibility that we could be talking about 3 straight Bill Balog wins. Another driver with a fantastic weekend was Garrett Williamson. He was a heat race incident away from 4 good nights himself, but 3 top 5s on the weekend, certainly nothing to shake a stick at. If you were hoping for Outlaws versus high limit drama all weekend, we really didn't get it. Kyle Larson and Spencer Basin were 1-2 on the opening night, but the rest of the weekend really belonged to the Outlaw drivers. They had 3 of the top 4 on Thursday, and then Tyler Courtney in 9th and 8th were the 2 highest high limit finishes Friday and Saturday. Looking ahead to next season, Huset's owner Todd Quiring and his staff are pushing things forward yet again. The Thursday night hustle goes from $100,000 to win to $150,000 to win, and the Saturday finale goes from $250,000 to win to $300,000 to win. That Saturday show will be the richest World of Outlaws winners check in the history of the sport. Across the country, some surprising results at Skagit. Levi Klatt took the first prelim win last week in just his 16th career 410 start. And he did it by outdueling Justin Peck, one of the best in the business. Definitely one nobody saw coming. And to do it against a guy like that and really a field like that was pretty incredible. Justin Sanders was the Friday winner. He nipped James McFadden very late in that one to earn $10,000. And then last night, it was Trey Starks winning the biggest 410 show of his career and $100,000. Starks, who is obviously a regular at Skagit and has a ton of laps there, a ton of wins there, he started alongside James McFadden on the front row. But it was Tanner Holmes who Starks had to beat to earn the big money, even with as hot as McFadden has been lately. Holmes actually took the lead from Starks at one point, but the 55 able to get back around the 18T, and he was too fast down the stretch. Holmes ended up second with McFadden in third. Good racing, though, all weekend at Skagit. It's fun watching this event continue to grow in stature, and I think that will continue here into the future. The big late model money on the weekend went to Jonathan Davenport at the Firecracker 100. He led all but just a few laps at Lernerville to score his first career win in that event. Ricky Thornton Jr., the only other driver to lead laps. Max Blair had a nice charge to third as well. And how about Chubb Frank going 24th to 8th? Chubb has just 2 appearances with Lucas this season, a third-place run at Hagerstown, and last night's big charge at Lernerville. The other nights of the Firecracker 100 weekend were rained out. Pretty wet there, kind of all through the course of the weekend. No changes among the top 4 in the Lucas standing. Still RTJ, Davenport, Devin Moran, and Hudson O'Neill. Garrett Alberson still in the mix for that final chase spot, but Brandon Overton and Brandon Shepard continue to lose ground. Lucas goes quiet now for about 2 weeks here. Mason Ziegler won the $20,000 rush feature at Lernerville. It was a solid weekend for him. He was also a top 5 finisher in the Lucas feature after not even originally planning on running the super late model. Before we talk some other weekend results, it looks like things have maybe gone sideways for Chris Madden's deal with GR Smith. Their last appearance together was at Eldora during the Dirt Late Model Dream Week, but Madden was in action yesterday in a different car. He was at the Southern Thunder Super Dirt Series race at Cherokee yesterday in a car owned by Cale Green. It was Green's look, but Madden's number and some of his sponsors on the wrap. Madden went quick time, but appeared to break an engine in his heat, and the team scratched for the rest of the night. Madden was running a crown jewel and kind of partial schedule for Smith this season in a second car alongside World of Outlaws full-timer Drake Troutman. But word on the streets is that this deal is now over. We know as well that Madden is selling out his entire dirt late model operation in an auction that was announced several weeks ago. Last night's Southern Thunder Super Dirt Series win at Cherokee went to Hunt the Front's Joseph Joyner. Speaking of Troutman, he and Bobby Pierce split weekend World of Outlaws wins at Peevely. Pierce was challenged through a lot of the Friday show by Ryan Gustin, but the 19R just couldn't find a way by. And then last night, Mike Harrison was out front until about halfway, and then it was all Troutman from there. Definitely felt very Summer Nationals with Mike Harrison out front. Did you guys see the extracurriculars in there late as well with Pierce and Tyler Erb? Turbo charged from 21st to 4th, and he threw a late move on Pierce that resulted in some contact. The 32 then went full send into the next corner and banged doors with the 4 car. There were also some shenanigans after the checker that we just caught a brief view of on Dirt Vision. Those two, obviously, with a long history, but it wasn't that long ago they were on the Victory Lane stage together, saluting each other. I guess those feelings went away quickly. Pierce still with a healthy lead in the Outlaw Championship standings. Things with Ohio Sprint Speedweek closed out with a Danny Dietrich win at Atomic, and he claimed the Speedweek Championship as well after Cap Henry had issues early in the night and loaded up and left. Dietrich topped Ryan Smith and Tim Schaefer. A nice payday for Dietrich as well between winning the Dean Niddle and the championship as well. Parker Price Miller won the Thursday show at Waynesfield, and Cole Duncan won Friday at Moeller. How about PPM wins Thursday at Waynesfield, then goes to Lincoln Park with Powerite, wins again Friday, but then crashes after the checkered flag. Always wild when that happens. PPM just standing by himself with checks in his hands in victory lane. A weekend USAC sprint car wins went to Kyle Cummins Thursday at Big Diamond. Kevin Thomas Jr. took the Grove Friday, and Justin Grant won last night at Port Royal. Eastern Storm closes out today with a trip to Action Track USA. Dazen Pursley was yesterday's Silver Crown Series winner at Port. Kenna McIntosh and Jacob Denny won the 2 Extreme Outlaw Midget shows at Peevely, and Mark Smith and Kyle Strickler were weekend USMTS modified winners. That's all for today. Hope you guys have a great Sunday out there. We will see you right back here tomorrow.